right. Friends, neighbors, hallucinating mockingbirds of the future. It's time for Bingo is Life. The podcast. I'm still Jay's there. Over here to my right, going across the screen, we have Christopher and Michael Howdy Shell, the Bingo Boys of Delight. Mr. Dan Easley.
Hey, man, what's happening?
All the way on the other side of the table, the one, the only, Mum Shackles.
If there's another one, I'm concerned.
She is the happiest girl in all of PTA Town. I don't know.
PTA Town.
We have a very special guest. Let's keep rolling here.
All right.
But we're in the silent Dave and Aaron chair.
Ooh, excited.
I heard that the bingo was so exciting that Chris has nothing left in the gas tank.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
back.
true.
I'm back, baby. I'm back.
What was
you got
what was
the
so good
second
about
wind. Don't forget your second wind. Thank you, Billy Joel.
No, so tonight
Yeah,
was a fantastic crowd.
it was on fire. They were on fire.
and it was packed.
Yeah.
They were ready for you.
They were
they were feeling
pumped.
pretty
They were
good.
like that's you would say something and they'd be like, yes, like more. It was
like you were conducting the crowd with your energy.
Did anyone
Yes.
drive a motorcycle down the aisle of the movie theater?
No, we're more of an electric bike town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000% electric bike.
I'm sure
an
we would have
awesome
heard
electric
if someone had won the 150, 100.
Yeah, that wasn't even close,
let's
was
see,
it?
Maeve. It was funny when she said
great name.
when she said her name was Maeve. There was a show that I used to watch called it was on HBO.
Oh, Game of Thrones?
No, not Game of Thrones.
no,
it was the one with
Maeve.
the robots, and her name was
Westworld.
Maeve.
Westworld.
Thank you. Do you know?
Oh,
that?
yeah, that was a good one.
And
yeah.
so I was looking at her. I was like, Maeve.
Maeve.
I was like, are you?
Are you real? Are you a robot? You can't Bullworth Dilly.
She got one pen.
Yeah, she got the one
She
pin.
then,
wasn't designed to
and-
bowl.
and that was-
She was designed to lead.
And that was enough to win a pizza.
Yes.
So that's good.
She was
Yeah,
designed to
that's
win a
good.
pizza.
Yeah.
designed to
She won a pizza. That was good.
No, the interesting thing about this evening too was that the first two games were won by the same person.
Yes.
Oh.
And his name was
We couldn't quite figure that
Landon?
out.
Leyland.
Layden.
Lucky?
Leyland Cypress.
Lucky.
Yeah, no, he was good. So he had tattoos on his face.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, there's a certain special person that puts the tattoos on their face.
And he was super nice guy.
Oh, my God.
But you could tell people were like, he won a second time.
Oh,
really?
yeah, they were jealous.
That's just
There was a serious
the way it
jelly.
works.
You must have known some mafia guys from prison or something.
What? No, so he had
He brought his own card.
he had the musical, what is that symbol?
Like a clef.
Treble
Yes,
clef.
a treble
Treble
clef.
clef,
He had a treble clef
Yeah.
over here. So it was like, did he like kill Beethoven?
Oh, one would hope.
Good night, everybody.
All right. So, yes, he doesn't have
Chris is
anything
done.
left in
Bingo
the
was
tank.
good, huh?
Yeah, bingo was good. Yeah, we had a good show. It was fun.
I was so proud of you guys. I could hear you from the other room.
Oh,
Just
yeah, it was a good time.
so good. Hey, would you like another unexpected notion?
I think that's a great idea.
With Dan Easley?
It's time.
Well, all right. This is a bit of a musical number this week.
To match that guy's face.
Cantaloupe is healthy and tasty. Healthy and tasty, it's a hell of a melon. Cantaloupe is healthy and tasty. Healthy and tasty, it's a hell of a melon. I'm Dan Easley.
That was another unexpected notion with Dan Easley.
Thank you. Thank
Beautiful.
Don't
It's
be
a hell
here.
of a melon.
you. Oh, it really is.
He'll be here all week.
So can we plug some things real quick before we jump in, or do we do that at the end
Yeah,
of the
let's plug. Plug
Any
away.
other random
Hey.
fruits?
Friday, July 19th, we've got some amateur rodeo at Restless Moons, preceded by Rocktown Improv at 7:00.
What?
Should be. We had our rehearsal last night. I am excited about this show.
Very cool.
Yeah, we just.
Why so excited?
I have no idea. It just
Okay.
feels good.
The
We had a
poster
good
was
rehearsal. You know.
You know what? I look at the Facebook events and I try to see like a lot of people are going to go to that show.
Oh.
That's going to be a very, very,
Yeah.
very, very popular show.
Well,
People really like Julia.
Good thing we picked. No, I'm just kidding. We picked games where we don't have to move. No, we did. We picked very movement-based games.
Because of the heat?
No, because we picked movement-based games because of the hearing. But I was joking about that because he was saying there were people there, and I was like, we can't move. Anyway, that's too much time talking about this. On Saturday, the 20th of July, there's another awesome show happening.
There
Chris, you want
is,
to tell us
yeah.
about that?
Oh yeah, we're playing at the
Dr. Hal.
Dr. House.
How-ish. How-esque.
No, it's us.
It's us. It's us. We don't have our lead guitarist, guys, but the rest of us will be there.
Let's bring a kazoo.
At Wolf White Oak Lavender Farm.
Yeah,
We start at 5.
Yeah,
5 to 8.
Free show.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
good time.
Food truck.
What's a food truck?
I think it's the log cabins. It's like a barbecue food
Oh,
truck.
that sounds aerodynamic.
Yeah, honest to goodness though, you get out there, it's a beautiful scene. It's free. You can just go and hang out, but beer's relatively inexpensive. Get a glass of wine, whatever. And you can sit by.
And we can promise beautiful weather
Oh yeah, no, it's true.
because that's in our control.
High is 76.
Whoa,
That's for real.
that's 30 degrees less than it has been.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just found out today. Can you get? We'll play a little game,
Yeah,
real
sure.
quick. All right, what's the hottest it's ever been on record
Officially,
in Harrisonburg?
Officially
in Harrisonburg.
107.
107. All right, anybody else want to guess?
Solid.
Are these Price is Right rules?
Yeah, Price
yeah,
is right.
yeah, yeah.
115.
115. That feels good.
I heard the answer.
Oh, you know. Okay. Let's just.
I know the answer to. What do you think?
110.
110. This is shocking in my mind. 105.
105.
Is as hot as it's ever been registered, and that was in 1926.
Yeah.
That feels like really they were taking temperatures.
Well, just
They were like, why do I have to wear this wool
Well, they-
suit, Gladys?
they had to kill a dog, and it was really weird how they had to take temperature back then.
Hey, let's introduce our guest.
Hey, let's get there. Yes, please. Yeah. Thank
Speaking
you.
of good taste,
Yeah.
we have a
Ah.
lovely person in the patio tonight, on the patio tonight. She is, I haven't seen her since the pre-pandy.
What?
Yeah, we used to work together, popping some corn.
That's true.
But she can do so much more than popcorn. This woman
Not
is
much.
phenomenal.
Not much more.
Oh, girl. She has a beautiful singing voice. She's a vocal coach. She plays her own music, and she does that looping thing that I think is really cool, where she can
Looping.
where you can just
Looping.
make so much
Looping.
sound out of your
Looping.
face. It's so cool. That's it. That's right there. So tonight we have Rachel Austin.
Yay! Hey, welcome aboard. Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to be here on this beautiful evening.
It is beautiful.
I
That's
think it's
true.
the corner has turned. It is gorgeous this evening.
It is.
Yeah.
You just
We're
drop
not
that. You
dying.
just drop it down to 90 degrees. It's like,
Yeah.
wow,
Everything's
winter.
going to be okay.
Well, you all
Yeah.
promised it would be nice weather tonight, and you delivered.
It's what we do. We manipulate the weather.
Tell us what art projects you're working on right now.
Right now, I'm getting ready to start recording some of my own music.
Wow.
For the first time in a long time. Let's see, what else have I been doing?
Can I ask you a question about recording your music?
Yes.
So, okay, when you record your music, is it just you? Are you working with other people? Who do you have recording, or are you doing it yourself?
I'm doing a lot of it myself.
I love it.
At the moment, I'm demoing it, and it's all me because I'm demoing it, and I'm thinking about who I can lure into it.
Yes.
So
Yeah, no, I think that's a pretty common theme with any creative type, sitting there working on something, thinking, who can I pull into
yeah,
this?
yeah, like
Chris
this is
does it all
missing
the
that
time.
person right here.
We should go back
Yeah.
to the beginning. Tell us, you're from here. And
Yeah.
You have a famous family.
I was born at Rockingham Memorial Hospital.
So was I.
Me too. Oh, wait, were all of us born at Rockingham
I
Memorial
was
Hospital?
born in Kettering Memorial Hospital
Boo.
outside of Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, Dayton,
right.
Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
RMH. Where were we?
RMH.
RMH.
Yeah.
How about you, Britt?
Yeah, same.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
J, RMH?
RMH.
I was
I didn't-
born. I was born when they had a fire.
I didn't know bricks were
During the
invented
fire?
back then.
Yeah, there was like a fire in the hospital.
It was a thatch hut in the back.
Okay, that
my
makes
my,
more
pe-
sense.
my
Yeah.
people were from Cincinnati, and my grandmother grew up across the street from Doris Day's family and took violin lessons from Doris Day's father.
Huh.
Whoa.
Okay, interesting.
But you were in Rachel. You were in New York, right?
Yeah, I was. I never met Doris Day. But,
What were you
Timing
doing
was
in
off,
New York?
just slightly.
well, my family's from New York originally, and I went up there at first I went for love.
Oh, there's my story there.
Yes.
We've all made those mistakes.
Those mistakes. And then I went back to do my master's degree at Pratt, but my family's all originally from New York, and my grandma worked for United Artists, and she was their, like, I guess, secretary. She was a secretary there, and she also was this beautiful woman in the 40s and 50s, and she was the person who took out, like, Clark Gable when he came into town.
She was like, "Eat your heart out, Doris Day.
Yeah.
Look what I got."
The Doris Day link. Maybe I don't know. She, I know she definitely took out like a bunch of different actors, when they were around. So she was the arm candy.
Wow.
Yeah, arm candy.
Okay, so you got to New York.
Got to be some stories.
So
there.
you grew up here,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and then you go to New York, and then how long were you in New York?
Well, I grew up here. I used to work in this building that we're right next to right now.
The historic Wine Brothers building in downtown here.
What did you do here?
That's when I worked for Fairfield Language Technology.
Oh.
Yeah. And I had possibly the best ever job title I've ever had. I was 17 years old, and I saw in the newspaper, sound grabbers wanted.
Sound grabbers.
So I became a sound grabber here.
How does one grab sound?
Say that again?
Just like that.
Rachel,
Got it. I got it.
Rachel Austin. I was also a sound grabber at Fairfield Language
Oh, were you?
Technology. I helped move the stuff from the Kiesel building into this building. Whenever. When were you there?
Right.
Wow.
98 to 99.
That was
for 2 years.
Who'd you work with?
I worked with Dave and Justin. Dave. I like to say Dave like that because it's...
Yeah, Justin and I worked together too. I just saw him.
Justin Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
worked
the one.
with him in the audio department.
Oh, nice.
As a contractor, though.
So can I ask?
Safer.
Really, real question. What does a sound grabber? What's the?
Well,
what do you do?
They would record the software was for teaching foreign languages.
Okay, all right.
And they would record long passages on a DAT machine, I think, when I was there, and so you would have to go through and grab just the little, the
Snippet.
Yeah.
the little snippet and then place it into the program.
Nowadays, you
okay.
would call it an audio editor,
Oh, okay, all right.
which is not as exciting as a sound grabber.
Yeah.
Back in those days, they really grabbed life by the sound.
Yeah.
I would record people saying things I didn't understand,
Okay.
and then edit the
Yeah, I still...
sounds out of them.
All
It's
that-
really
As
As I've
soul-destroying.
gotten to know languages better, and I hope nobody from Rosetta Stone is listening to this,
Oh, nobody listens to this thing. Go right ahead.
Yeah, right.
but I know I definitely took some guttural sounds out of the Arabic program.
yeah.
Well, the
The
funniest-
ones that probably belonged there.
Oh no, right.
There was when I worked there was a fellow who was just notorious for over editing. He would make about 50 strokes per every little word, and we were working frantically to get this Russian level done because it was going to go up on the space station or whatever.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And the guy had took something out of a word that turned it into obscenity in Russian.
Just because of
that doesn't work
one vowel
anymore.
sound or
Well,
something.
no. If you take the wrong thing out of a,
Yeah.
you might think it's a guttural sound that doesn't belong
I'm done
there.
editing.
Right.
Boy, this
And then you're like,
French one
well-
had a lot of phlegm
Yeah.
hacking.
A lot of had to really get rid of all that. I cleaned this French up.
It's Perubu. It's the first French play that had a bad word in it. Only they added a letter to it.
We're
get
way
away
off
with
the
it.
rails here. Tell us about.
We are.
Welcome to Bingo is Life, Rachel.
I
This is
saw
typical.
the last time I saw you.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful performance of a really avant-garde like musical or something. Do you remember that?
That was my Entra Berlusconi, Entra Silvio, the one about Silvio Berlusconi. Yeah, I've written a lot more absurdist theater since then, which is I've been performing recently.
Where at?
I did it at the Richmond Fringe, and I did it in New York as well. I've done it a couple other places, like smaller venues, but
These are one-person shows
yeah,
with you singing.
singing and sometimes stripping for Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, I have to go home now.
Grab life by the sound,
there you go.
guys.
Grabbing, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Are there bumper stickers?
No, I just
Is Jesus just some Latino dude that you pulled up off the street and
Jesus,
sits there?
I just became your 65th subscriber
Oh, wow.
on
Thank
your
you.
YouTube channel.
Appreciate that.
And I was we listened to
I'll put a link to it on this show.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
sent you a whole bunch of stuff.
we
Okay,
listened
good.
to Don't Go, which is pretty popular actually. 11 years ago, a song of yours.
Yeah.
Did you write that song?
I wrote it. We recorded it. We recorded the song in Austin, Texas, and we filmed it in Augusta County. Filmed the video.
No, really?
Yeah.
How many other things involved in the project started with the letters AU?
Let's see.
Were there any aubergines?
I did a crowdfunding project for that called Austin in Austin. Yeah. I tried to get a picture of myself in an Austin, but in
Did you
Austin.
feel
An Austin,
Austin
in Austin,
American
in an
car?
Austin? Yeah.
So you're doing these things in Waynesboro or like is Charlottesville where you perform or?
Charlottesville, Stanton, but mostly I don't perform that stuff around here. Yeah,
It's not for this area. We're not ready for it.
maybe. Although I did it at I did like a little work in progress thing for a bunch of people, and there were a couple people from Harrisonburg, and I was like, "Where would you perform this?" And somebody said cul-de-sacs. So, you never know.
Harrisonburg's getting hipper.
Especially
No,
the
that's
cul-de-sacs. I got to tell you.
Well, that's the name of a new bar. Come to cul-de-sacs.
Yeah.
What?
It's like the Gremlins. You are not ready.
You are not ready.
You are not ready.
But yeah, Rachel's. Tell us about Las
Tramontane.
Yeah, there you go.
Which means the other side of the mountain in French. And also is an Old English word that means the other side of the mountain. So,
Did Old English develop before or after the Norman conquest?
are you asking me?
Yeah.
After.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that explains the.
I don't know. I just said that
Yeah,
with
because
confidence.
Yeah.
That was
After,
very
it does,
confident.
actually. Is that because I was a sound
Yeah.
grabber?
Remember what we said
A lot
last
of
week?
French.
There's no fact checking.
French entered into the English language with the Norman
Yeah.
conquest as suddenly the entire.
We just remember, Dan.
Yeah.
We do have some listeners
The
that will
ruling
correct
class.
that will correct
we have
our
some listeners
podcast.
right now, but let me finish. This is why we have different. This is why we have English words for like cow,
Yeah.
and then we have French words boeuf for
Yeah.
beef, for the
No,
prepared
you're right.
meat.
Yeah. And I think Tramontane is a great word.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you speak French?
I sing in French.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
I don't really speak French, but as my friends in France would say. In fact, one of them, I asked him how I could improve my French, and he said, "Don't speak it."
What a very French thing to say.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Brittany's question. What
Yeah.
what is? Tell us about the
What was your
Over the
question again?
mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Is
So
there,
it's
is there a project connected with this?
Yeah, so it's French, Spanish, and Portuguese music. Because when I lived in Ireland for a long time, for 13 years, and I really miss there's this exchange of music that happens across language boundaries in Europe. And, I remember being in a bar and in a pub, and somebody singing, there was a Spanish song that came on, and the whole pub started singing the Spanish song. I was like, wow, this is amazing, and that just happens. People, are singing in each other's language, and I was really missing that. So I was asked myself a couple questions, like, what kind of music, what kind of covers can I bear to play all the time? And I was like, well, maybe something in a different language, because I'm ADHD and I need to do something challenging that keeps my attention. And also the second question, how can I make money at vineyards? So,
Yeah.
Important.
So I thought perhaps singing in French and Spanish would do that. So
It does
This
help.
is the language of the grapes.
yeah, you have to sing to the grapes in French.
So are you making money playing vineyards?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank
that in
you.
itself is a feat right there.
Yeah.
It really is. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a living.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's great. I've been playing with a cellist she's originally from New Jersey.
How
She
exotic.
currently lives in
Jealous
Charlottesville.
from Jersey.
This is her summer of 69. She's turning 69 this summer. Yeah. And she happens to be Sally Rose's mom.
Oh, fun.
And
okay.
yes, she's kind of a bit of a punk meets,
Yeah.
kind of got some classical stuff in her, and also just an amazing improviser.
Right.
So
right.
it's a lot
Very
of fun to
cool.
play together. Yeah. So we kind of bring that to the shows,
It's a small world. After
Yeah,
all.
isn't it?
You're telling me, man.
That's
We
so
probably
cool.
we probably got to get Sally on here at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should.
Yeah, that'd be good. So this is awesome. So you've moved back to what? Why did you move to Waynesboro? What
That's
was
a
that?
really interesting question.
Low rent.
Low rent.
Is that true?
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
It is actually,
Good.
but I so after my first move into New York failed.
Yeah.
Is that the
Because
one for love?
the
Is
one
it-
for love.
Oh, okay, the one
Yeah.
for love. So you're saying after the relationship
We could
was
say
over.
that. We could put it like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
After the relationship came to an abrupt halt.
I've been accused of having no empathy for people, so I apologize.
Anytime
in
I need my
advance.
love life summarized, I'll call you.
So when that was over,
Could you put this more bluntly for me?
You know what's awesome though? You moved to New York for your love, right?
yeah, that is.
I did.
So
Yeah.
I moved to Conway, South Carolina. For my
Oh wow.
Sorry.
Wow. Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
How much pain did that end
you
in?
chose
So much.
poorly.
I chose so poorly. So poorly. But New York feels
But New
like
York,
a
New
win.
York.
that's worth it. That's worth it.
We moved to Queens, and then after
That was the problem.
we had to leave New York for a while. The relationship ended.
Yeah.
I was in Stanton, and the pandemic started. I was about to
Oh,
sign a
yeah,
lease
right.
in New York again, the week of pandemic 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe I want to not be in an apartment with like 5 people I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. In
so
a
yeah.
city of 9 million people. Yeah.
You know, the love that failed. He got a studio apartment in the hardest hit area.
Oh,
of
good
New
for
York.
him.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that I did not go
Yeah.
through the pandemic
Okay.
in the
Good.
studio apartment with a journalist,
Yeah.
probably like
Oh, yeah.
broadcasting and yelling at me to be
Yeah.
quiet.
Oh, yeah. That's
But I ended
well,
up
good
in
for you for dodging that bullet.
Yeah,
Cheers.
yeah. But I ended up falling in love with somebody in Waynesboro. So,
Oh, so there you
I
go.
went to New York after the pandemic. I went back to New York and then came back down. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, congratulations.
That worked.
You are in
Thanks.
love in Waynesboro.
Now I'm in love in Waynesboro.
Must be a heck of a Waynes burglar. Congratulations.
We've been together for 4 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is Waynesboro, is there a happening scene down there? I've heard conflicting stories.
Well, I hear there is.
I've heard
No,
Yeah.
I think
From
there
you
is.
right now.
No.
What?
I think there is.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Yes.
I'm on the side.
Yeah.
Where I think it's become a suburb of Charlottesville.
they have that huge new
Yeah, the
rock and roll
Foundry.
club.
Yeah.
Foundry,
Have you
yeah.
been there?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a great venue.
If you're interested in seeing the Foundry and its glory, this Sunday, whatever that date is, the Hot Mamas are playing there for like a brunchy thing.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a Sunday brunch?
You're like a
Something.
human events calendar.
I'm just telling you about the things that I think are cool. There are a lot of other things that I do not remember.
Rachel, is there anything? Is there
Yeah.
anything in Waynesboro where that's like a avant-garde sort of place, like where you would put on the? Is there a black box theater happening?
No, there's no
There's-
black box theater. But I was talking to the owner of Plaza Antigua in Waynesboro, and he was telling me that Waynesboro has a happening Southern rock scene.
Oh, interesting.
So he said, yeah, the music scene here is really great. He said, and I was like,
We just had
Really?
Carl Brooks here.
Yeah.
But do you know about the Southern
Is he any
rock
relation to Garth Brooks?
so that's the place you want to go.
They also have a theater down there, don't? A big,
Yeah.
like a mainstream
Wayne Theater.
Is that
Yeah.
nice? I've never been in, haven't
Yeah,
been there.
it's a nice spot.
They do
Yeah.
community theater there. Have
Yeah,
you,
they're pretty busy.
Have you performed there?
I haven't performed in there.
Rachel has performed at a really cool wine shop called City Foxes.
Yeah.
That's a really cute spot. I saw that you were performing there, and I wanted to
Oh,
go,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then I couldn't.
Oh, nice.
But I had been there, and I was like, "That's a cool place.
It's
She's a
really-
cool person. What a great combination."
Is that in Waynesboro?
Yeah.
Or is that,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you get-
Waynesboro. The probably to me one of the most exciting things in Waynesboro right now is Sunset Park. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've heard about it.
It just opened.
It
The
just
grand
opened.
opening.
Yeah, and you can see probably 35 miles around the valley from up there. You can see all the way across the valley, and it's amazing. And this kind of interesting things happening there where people are coming up. They're not staring at their phones. They're kind of like talking to each other, people they don't know. And I think people get up there and they're like, whoa, what is this?
Oh, very
It's
cool.
crazy when you
amazing.
take a moment and you realize how much. Okay, it's crazy when I take a moment and realize how much I look at screens.
Yeah.
And when I take a break from them, there's a whole process of like denial and then like acceptance that just a whole grief pattern of like I'm not going to look at that for a while.
Yeah.
I'm pulling myself out. I'm going to look at the real world.
See what's happening.
Yeah.
Put the timer on. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Is I like put my timer on. I'm like, until that timer goes off, I can't look at that thing.
I feel like a prairie dog
yeah.
coming out of a hole.
I think Facebook at
That
this
sounds
point
fun.
has, 3 or 4 billion addicts or users. Really something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Really? That's amazing.
Yeah, it's in the billions.
But none of them like our posts.
What
Yeah.
what wineries?
How does that work?
What wineries could we see you perform
Glass House Winery, Southwest
That's a lovely
Mountain
place.
Vineyards. I play at Potter's Ciders from Mars.
Ciders from Mars.
And
We've
what
talked
else?
about that a couple times on the
Yeah.
show, too.
I played there a few weeks ago.
Valerie and
and then-
Scott still running that place, or maybe they're not doing that anymore.
No, they're not actually.
Oh.
Who is running it?
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Who's driving the cidery?
No, I think they are actually. I think they are.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they're not. They're not.
This is an
no,
emotional
they are. They are. They
roller
are.
coaster.
Yeah.
Is this a performance right now?
Yes.
I can't tell. I can't tell.
Good.
I had an interesting moment. You're talking about telephones, right? My wife was out of town, and I have 2 kids. I got a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old. Woke up pretty late on a Saturday. Wife's out of town, and we all just kind of got on our phones, and we all stared at our phones, and all of a sudden it was like lunchtime, and I was like, I looked
2
up and I was
hours
like,
later.
I looked up and I was like, do you guys want to eat? Is this it? I mean,
Not a good
you know what I'm
sign.
saying? I mean,
Right.
it was a weird moment because none of us we were all like they were watching YouTube. I was probably on some sort of social media thing,
Right.
and we were all just sucked into we were in the same room, but we were all just like la da 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 da.
If it happens
Totally
again,
absorbed.
It's bad when you
Yeah.
start texting each other. You're
Well,
like, I'm
that
in my
was-
rabbit hole.
yeah.
You're in yours. Hey, check out what I just looked at.
That was the joke
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
heading towards. If it happens again, just give one of them a call.
You're like, hey,
Yeah.
See
hey, I
if they
miss
want to
you.
hang out.
I'm right here.
Hey, you want to FaceTime from right next to me?
I know that our parents. I'm looking at my brother here. I know that our parents never had to deal with that sort of thing
That's
because
right.
it did not exist.
Didn't.
We watched a movie the other night. We watched Terminator.
Yeah.
Which it was set in the 80s, and no one has phones. I love seeing how.
There's so many dilemmas that arise that take a long time to solve when you could have just pulled up your phone and been like, hey, don't come here. It's really scary.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Things aren't
Bad
going to
things
work
happening.
out. Yeah.
Has anybody watched that show called, is it Day One or One Day?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's
I'm
like
gonna
the
take
same
that
thing.
again.
Wait. Back up.
Yeah.
I saw the first Quiet Place. This is what you're talking about. A Quiet Place?
No, I'm
No?
talking about the
Dang
TV
it.
show that was on Netflix.
Because
Yeah.
I wanted to mention that.
I haven't seen the second Quiet Place
Okay.
yet.
But the
Yeah.
first one, I
Yeah.
saw it, and then I was like, everyone needs to see this movie. It was the most glorious experience I've ever had. It just blew my mind. I really enjoyed it.
Was it really
and
quiet?
I grabbed 2 random people, Rachel and my friend Caleb, who I had just started hanging out with. Rachel
We went-
shows up. Rachel shows up at the theater with a Tupperware container of salad. And this movie
right.
is all about
right.
sound deprivation. And if
Oh,
you make
no.
noise, the monsters will get you.
Yeah.
Right. So, but she managed to eat this salad in the most quiet manner.
Really?
I looked over and it
No
was empty.
croutons.
It was empty, and I was like,
Strategy.
because I was like, the monsters are gonna get us because Rachel's eating a salad. She's gonna bite a carrot.
That was
We're all gonna
pretty
die.
frightening. Yeah, and I was like,
It was like
Wow.
perfectly
and the whole
timed. But the third part of the installment of the story just came out.
Yeah.
Quiet Place at Day One.
oh yeah,
And that's what.
Okay, yeah.
And I thought about you because I was like, there are moments in I really just wanted to chew on my ice. But fortunately,
Just to,
the
like-
third movie has like a soundtrack, whereas the first one was more of a sound
No.
deprivation.
Yeah,
track.
yeah.
But it does have swells of music for the
For the parts that it's supposed to swell.
for the swelling. Yeah,
Yeah.
It helps the swelling. And yeah, I was able to chew ice during that movie, and I was like, man, if Rachel brought a salad, she'd be okay.
She'd be fine.
She'd be fine with her
She could
salad if she
have
brought
as much
one.
broccoli as she wants.
I miss her so much.
Do you have any shows coming up?
She has a great
opportunity
coming up for people to learn.
Yeah, I have a show this Saturday in Richmond at this really interesting venue called Révéler. I don't know if anybody's heard of it.
Révéler.
It's like a...
That sounds French.
It does, doesn't it? It's called, when you go in, it's like a cabaret, and there are like these rooms off to the sides that are like very much 1930s, 40s style, furniture. But and then there's like a venue in the front, and then you go into the back, and there's all these like weird interactive things to do. Like there's this
I like weird
dummy
and interactive
body with like fake skin on it that you can tattoo.
Oh.
And there's like a tattoo gun.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so scrap everything that I said I was going to do this weekend. I'll see you there.
I'm gonna
And
tattoo
there's
this
like
thing.
5 or 6 things like that around the back of it. I feel like it's like if you're the kind of person who's like, yeah, this is a great show, I kind of want to go do something weird now, and then you can just go into the back and give
tattoo
a dummy a
mannequin.
tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they change the skin.
I was going to say, like, do they erase it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
Where do they
It's like
source
it's like a
this
paper
from?
towel dispenser
I don't know.
of skin.
And
It's like
you're
those old paper towel rolls that were. It wasn't paper towel. It was fabric, and you just
The
pulled
loop.
belt.
Yeah.
and you will be there
I'm playing there this Saturday from
What-
3 to 5. I'm doing La Tramontane.
singing.
Yeah. Yeah. La
Okay.
Tramontane.
I'm not going to
Révéler?
be able to go to sleep unless you get back and talk about the show you were actually talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't even know.
The
The day.
This is
one.
the rich. Oh, that. Yeah. So I was thinking about weird things from the 90s. It's a show that starts in 1989. This like tracks this couple until like 2000. I think it's 2008 or something like that. And there's this scene where in the 90s where she's like writing an email and she keeps hitting the delete button. But in the 90s we had backspace buttons.
Yeah.
But they keep like cutting to her hitting the delete button over and over again, and it kept bothering me. I was like, that would not happen. It's supposed to be backspace.
It's supposed to be backspace,
It was just this like
absolutely.
continuity, this error in the. And it just
I'm
drove
glad
me
that
crazy.
bothers you
So,
because
yeah.
it should. It should bother everyone.
Just took down the whole show.
Yeah,
for me.
right,
I was
right.
like, what is this?
Brittany mentioned another upcoming event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing I'm excited about is I won't be here in 2 weeks on. It's not February, July the 30th.
Yeah.
Because I will be over at work where Rachel will be
Yay.
teaching one of our Act 1 master classes, and
Yeah.
it's in
Fun.
prepping for the audition. So Rachel is a very skilled and wonderful vocal coach. So she'll be giving some instructions on how to loosen up your body and how to do sound and be a good audition.
How to grab sound.
How to grab sound
life
out of
by
your
the sound.
body.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's it's free, but you have to register so that we don't have too many people for Rachel to work with.
All
I
right,
want her
Adam.
to be comfortable but not inundated. And so you can just go sign up for that. Just courtsquaretheater.org, something Rachel.
You can
has
bring
there.
a piece of music or a short monologue if you want to work, and we can do like partner work with it. So
Very cool.
yeah, I'm really excited about it. About kind of doing practices that are like good for calming you and getting into the body before you go into an audition, and also just thinking about how to ground yourself. And yeah,
Awesome.
how to deal with nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Rachel. We all appreciate you being
Yeah,
here.
thank
you for joining
It's
us.
so good to be here.
Yeah, I cannot. It's always. I love hearing from people talking about the things that they're doing, and it's awesome.
Because people
So
are doing
take it-
so much cool
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Even in
it's-
Waynesboro right
Even in
now.
Waynesboro. Even in-
and we haven't talked a lot about Waynesboro, but I'm glad we are now. So that's cool too.
There is some interesting art happening in Waynesboro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, very cool.
you know,
Well, thank you again. Appreciate
thank you for having me here.
it. Yeah.
You've been listening to Bingo is Life, sponsored by Ruby's Arcade. Thank you, oh great and giving sponsors of our podcast. We
Thank you,
mere
Rubies.
peasants and wounded warriors shall all remember your transcendent generosity when we all fall together at the end of all days.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bingo is Life, a post-bingo Harrisonburg podcast, is brought to you by the Brothers Howdeshell and our friends at Ruby's Arcade in downtown Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you've enjoyed the show and feel it's worth spreading a little joy in this world, please tell just one person that you like this podcast. Word of mouth, more than any other form of promotion, is how creative works get noticed and sustain themselves. Thank you, Andrew Hickey, for that bit of wisdom, and thank you, listeners, for being part of the fun.